Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So today we are talking love and marriage Huntsville. You guys know why you are here. Happy Sunday to you guys once again. So in this video, we are talking none other than Sunny. Again, Sunny and Moses and Winter has entered the chat. Shout out to Winter. Please follow her on YouTube, on TikTok, on all of the platforms. I feel like she's my friend in my head in terms of just a lot of the things that she talks about as it pertains to this reality TV stuff. I feel like we're on point. I feel like we're on the same page with a lot of things. So Winter wanted to give her commentary this morning on her TikTok live, and I think she mentioned she might go live a little bit later. But basically, from what I had caught, she said essentially she's not resonating, and she said this isn't personal, which none of this is, right? None of this is personal. None of us have any personal ties to these people. It's not about friendships, not about like or dislike. We're simply giving an opinion on what we're seeing, right? We're giving an opinion on what we're seeing, what people are saying, and what their reactions are as it pertains to this show. And so from Winter's perspective, what Winter said was that she feels that the Sunny, the reality star, isn't moving the needle, and feels that production made a mistake basically wasting a season on this Sunny, Moses, and Destiny nonsense. Wasted a season trying to, make fetch happen with them being a headliner storyline and all these things. And she feels as though there's too many questions surrounding this whole thing. You're spending the entire season arguing about who had Moses last, who was with Moses first, and who gets the last laugh, and nobody, it's not resonating. And then Winter said, it would have been better off if the show focused on the core six trying to actually mend their friendship, trying to work things out so that they could be together as a cohesive group. Well, now probably sans Martel, but something cohesive, because that was what made the show glorious. Was, the originality of the show, of this being about putting back Black excellence, the show being about three Black couples who were entrepreneurs, who were allegedly multimillionaires, and were allegedly, working together to build affordable housing in Huntsville for the Black community. And I do not know the last time there has been real construction taking place on this show that isn't just being filmed for the gram or filmed for clicks and views, right? And so Winter said that would have been a really good opportunity, for the show to go in that direction. That would have drove the ratings. The ratings actually would be a lot more higher had it focused on the core six, and the core six trying to get to some resolve, not letting all of this other tomfoolery and the social media stuff affect their real friendships and their real relationships and all of the things. And then Winter also said that she liked Nell, felt Nell had a good personality, felt Nell, started off strong and everything else. The Fletcher started off strong, but now she's in a situation because she's obviously flip-flopping regarding this friendship with Mel. She's trying to play both sides, is being cool with all of Mel's ops and all of this, and, making sketchy comments in interviews. So now Nell's getting it, right? But she said, Winter said basically she preferred Nell than to the tomfoolery that Sunny is giving us, and said essentially she doesn't understand why production focused so much on Sunny, Moses, and Destiny in the event that, the audience as a whole didn't like Destiny to begin with. So why are we spending all this time, trying to build a storyline around Destiny and bring her back to the show and give us, this bogusness in regards to Sunny and Moses if we already don't like Destiny to begin with? Yeah, there might be people who are fans of Sunny, but it's not that much, in retrospect, in the grand scheme of it all. There was some interest at the beginning, but it quickly died because it was nothing but a run-on sentence. Nobody cared anymore. And so then also Winter said, as for Sunny, she's like, she feels that Sunny is doing too much on the internet.
And she said that if Sunny wanted to focus on what business ventures and things she has going on and wanted to build her platform, that's one thing, right? But she says all of the quote-unquote windmilling that Sunny is doing right now, you know, in defense of Moses, in defense of her relationship with Moses and all these things, it's not it. And, you know, Winter basically said, listen, she was like, y'all drug me for a man that I was involved with that I knew for over a year. And she said, Sunny, you know, makes it a big point to say, hey, we got married in 90 days and this and that. And she says she's not seeing the same level of dragging. And she feels Sunny and Winter feels that she got dragged a lot worse than Sunny. And, you know, Winter said she's not trying to judge because she said that she's had some ups and downs in terms of, you know, previous men she has dated and been involved with. But she said, however, the way Sunny is trying to, you know, clarify whether or not Moses is in federal prison or at the local county jail, the fact of the matter is he's in jail. There's nothing to, you know, windmill over in regards to that. There's nothing to celebrate in regards to that. There is nothing to try to make something positive if he is not even here to defend himself. And Winter said, how can you be going so hard in the paint and windmilling for this man who is not even here to defend himself, let alone defend you? And said that, you know, women got to do better. You're going to go hard in the paint for a man who has yet to show or display that he's going to go as hard for you, that he is going to defend you, and that the concern needs to be about putting money on his books. The concern needs to be about making sure you answer those prison calls. But don't sit up here, you know, and she said that's the thing too with reality TV. If you're not going to share your reality, that's when people start digging. But the fact that Sunny did too much talking, did too much gaslighting, did all of this extra, putting 20 on 10, going 0 to 100, it caused people to figure out that Moses was locked up and that Moses wasn't here. But all this projection and trying to insult the fans and trying to insult people and trying to, you know, say derogatory stuff about the haters and the trolls when you should have just kept it cute and mute. And Winter said, listen, why are you doing all this talking? If you wanted to be married to this guy, you knew his criminal past, you allegedly know that he's in jail somewhere, he currently doesn't have his freedom, stand on it. Stand on the fact that you are married to a criminal. Stand on the fact you are married to somebody who is currently in jail. Stand on it. But all this windmilling that you're doing is sus. It is giving more speculation and more people looking into you because you're going way too hard for somebody who can't even defend themselves, who can't even stay out of jail, who can't even stay free. And Winter said there is no way that she would be putting, you know, a brand new marriage, especially, you know, a brand new marriage she's trying to build a foundation on and trying to get to know and all these things. There's no way she's trying to put something like that on reality TV. Not if she really cared about building that foundation and really loved and cared about the man that she was married to. That there is no way that she would allow reality TV be the first exposure to a brand new marriage and all these things. And it's just embarrassing. And I agree with Winter on all of the points that she's made. Why are we being subjected to this tomfoolery? It seemed as though, I guess in regards to why the focus isn't on the comeback group, it seems as though Carlos wants to have his cake and eat it too, right? He still wants to have the comeback group in some capacity on the show, even though he knows that they're over each other, and he doesn't want to let go of Martell. So as a result, I think, this is my theory, he brought back Destiny because Destiny is a close friend of Martell's, and he brought in this Trisha, Kenny, and Marcus mess because allegedly there's a connection with Martell and Trisha. So he brought these people on because of the Martell connection in hopes that that was still going to drive interest into the show. But where you lost the people was making them the dominant storylines and trying to present Martell as an angel, and then wasting storylines of the cast having a go at Mel fans and Mel supporters and thinking that that was going to resonate with the audience, when if you're going to waste a season talking about people on the internet and fans on the internet, you're going to lose the people, especially the casual viewers who aren't paying attention to the social media stuff. But I honestly feel like if it wasn't for the Martell connection, there would not be a Sunny, Moses, and Destiny storyline that we would be seeing playing out, and there would not be the Trisha and the Trisha, Kenny, and Marquez and Martell saga if there was not that Martell connection, right? But it's flopping. It's flopping because the people don't care about it. The people are not interested. And it's drag on and drug out, and people are over it. That's the tea. That's the reality of it all. And then Winter said, basically Sunny needs to go back to being a producer. She said that Sunny has so much going for herself. You had all these connections. You were a producer. You had all this stuff going on. You have all of these things going for yourself. But you want to bring yourself down going hard for somebody who cannot stay out of prison, who cannot stay out of jail, whether it is federal or the local county. Jail is jail as far as I'm concerned. The only difference is the level of accommodations and the seriousness and how much, whether you get 1 hour a day of sunshine or not, or you're in general population. But at the end of the day, jail is jail, right? No matter how fancy or not the accommodations are, jail is jail. You still are behind bars. There's nothing glamorous about it. There's nothing to try to celebrate or hype up about it. There's no my man, and your man is not free. And you're already starting off the marriage on rocky nonsense. And that's the other thing Winter said. She's like, how can you say on here? Because remember, Sunny said that God told her that Moses was her husband, was the man for her. That was the man she was supposed to marry, even though this foundation had already started off on suspect timelines and suspect rationales and reasoning, right? But you got to be careful just assuming that, God told you this, God told you that, and you're already dealing with somebody who can't even stay free. You're already dealing with somebody who was, when he was free, when he was out here, he wasn't doing that much defending of you then. And is cracking jokes with the other men about having a wife and a side chick and enjoying the attention that he was getting from Destiny, even though he's supposedly married. But again, this dude has already admitted that he's always had people on the side, including Destiny when him and Destiny first started messing around. That she already knew his situation, that he was already with somebody else. He was already in something else committed. And she knew, and she agreed to be flued out on the weekends. It is what it is, and Destiny has yet to deny that. And even on the podcast back in January that Carlos King decided to ambush and completely, take away from Mel's moment and Mel's celebration in a vulnerable moment specifically that was critical in the live, where she is expressing, her concerns about how much Carlos King knew about how bad things were with Martell, only to continue to reward Martell, and that she wanted Martell fired from the show, and Martell is still here. And instead of addressing Mel's vulnerable moment, Mel being emotional and crying and in tears, he decides to then abruptly pivot and bring out Sunny and Moses, who again admit even during that live that he was messing with other people when they first started talking. So again, how is this a flex? It's not. But don't get mad at the people who are calling it out for what it is. And again, you know, Winter said she's team no one, just like I was never team anybody. I was never team anybody in this because the whole thing was a disaster. The whole storyline itself is a disaster. It's not interesting. This isn't the first time that we've seen on reality TV somebody hooking up with a producer that was a cast member. We literally saw that on Real Housewives of Atlanta. They've said that before on Siesta Key. Those of you who are familiar with that show, it's not the first time this has ever happened, where somebody from behind the camera ends up with one of the talents. But the thing is, Moses wasn't even a main cast member. That's what's so funny. He wasn't even a main character. And you're giving it all this attention and all this light and all this screen time. This isn't what we tuned in for the show about. We aren't watching a show about who is or isn't a side chick and who is or isn't arrested this day and age. No. That's not what the show was supposed to be. It was supposed to be about Black excellence. But nonetheless, we keep circling down, you know, the same tomfoolery once again. We keep going down the wrong road once again, you guys. But nonetheless, I just wanted to give my commentary and my feedback because I completely agree with everything Winter said in that live from what I had caught of it. Because I think I only caught like the last 15 minutes of it or so. But she was on point that Sunny just needs to stick to producing, stick to what she's good at. Sunny, the reality star, isn't interesting. If the whole sole purpose of you being on the show is to go back and forth with Destiny and to defend a man who is not even free, what is the point? And then the social media antics of now all of a sudden being in your feelings and cussing out people because it got revealed, it got exposed that Moses obviously is in jail somewhere, whether it's federal prison or the local county, it's somewhere. The fact is he's not free, he's behind bars. It's not the flex that you think it is just to say that you have a husband. A husband you cannot defend, or who can't defend themselves, that you keep defending, and cannot, even when he was free, wasn't out here defending you like this. But, you know, if this is what you want, to have a pen pal for a marriage and put money on his books and all the things, then so be it. But don't gaslight everybody else into forcing everybody else to like it and accept it. That's not normal. It's not normal behavior. But you already knew what you were getting into before you married this guy, knowing that he has had a criminal past and there was a high chance he was going to go back to jail. But don't get mad at the people for exposing it when you were doing the most on social media in this nonsense with Destiny. It's one thing if you did one response and kept it moving, but the fact of the matter was you kept responding, forcing people to keep digging. Why are you going this hard if you have the husband, if you got the guy, only to find out the guy that you got, you don't really have him either because he's sitting in a prison cell. So nonetheless, there is that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.